Wake up and I feel like cash. Wake up and I feel like M's. My foot stays pressed on the gas. I'm glad I don't feel like them. They might just get flexed on. Got that spice like Szechuan. Can't be touched, I'm Teflon. Once I met Zac Efron. Go hard for the bros and the bros hot mine. Don't think for a sec that I won't drop on. Wanna stay for the show? Just log on to RoneDotCom. Get knocked off and we still rock on. Come to the pound, see a real top dog. Wanna stay for the show? Then just log on to RoneDotCom.
Good morning. Back in the studio. RoneDotCom. Another episode. Our brother Mac is back from Vegas. Mac, what's up, my beast?
We're back.
Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you. It's good to be back.
Those shoes are crispy as hell.
Dude, these are the J Will drops.
Yeah, he blessed us with some kick skis. Honestly, I'm rocking my J Will drops too.
J Wills. Is Tyler rocking the J Wills?
Tyler, you have some J Will drops on?
Fucking better be.
J Will's you fucking better be, bastard. J Will has the $50,000 a year Nike spend. So he forces guys like us to wear some Nike. Just the absolute man.
Onto our head, Nike'd us up.
Yeah, we had no choice. We were forced against our will to rock some silky fresh shoes. What's going on, bro? How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm honestly I'm a little out of gas right now.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm gassed.
I understand. You've been grinding your ass off. Thing after thing. You just have had lots of things.
Bro, if you don't have enough things, like, then sometimes it's bad.
Yeah.
But also, if you have too many things, sometimes
also bad. You have to find the exact teetering point where it's like, I have a lot of things, but I'm not going to blow my brains out.
You don't want to blow your thing.
Yeah, I hope you haven't blown your thing. Yesterday, you came back from Vegas, grinded boy dad at night, grinded boy dad in the morning, grinded the 40 and over fat camp yesterday, and then you're in here grinding again. Just unbelievable grind.
Stay grinding.
And I think that the Vegas trip has created a lot of like natural storylines within Barstool, which I think is great. I think that's great. What was your perspective on all of that? I feel like you like it unfolded in front of your eyes, and
yeah.
I want to know because you're basically a member of the Bush. I want to know where you stand. Are you with Jerry? Are you with Austin? Are you with Mook? Are you with Sass? With whom are you?
Well, let me say first that Jerry also bought me a pair of shoes. So I'm very loyal to Jerry.
But is that all it costs, a pair of shoes?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to get something on your feet, especially when it's the weather like it is today. But no, the Bush was fucking crazy. I had been with them before. I went to go film them in Atlanta.
Yeah.
When they won. But this trip was wild. I think just being in Vegas was insane. Like Vegas is just such a it toned everybody up to 10. Everybody was kind of feeling the energy of the city. And then obviously this was like the finals for us. This was like they had grinded the whole year to get to this tournament, and obviously it didn't go the way that they wanted, and it just it was like fireworks went off, but they were like evil fireworks, and people started fucking exploding at each other. I had a unique perspective because I'm not really in the Bush. I wasn't there from the beginning.
Right, but you're a fan, or not a fan, but like you follow that world.
Yeah. I mean, I follow that world. I like esports as a whole, and I have like a bit of a unique perspective because I feel like I can be on the outside looking in, but also sort of on the inside looking out in a way.
Holy shit.
And so, it was super fun, and I'm really excited for this next Behind the Bush that's going to come out.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. The fact that you and Quiggs are working together. When I pitched you, however long ago, I was like, Mac needs to be full-time. He needs a job. I was like, I compared you to Quiggs. I think that a lot of people, I think you guys are different, but similar in that you can create stuff on your own with content. You guys are fountains, and so the fact that you guys are going to be collaborating as a fountain, I think is electric.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I met Quiggs for the first time like 2 weeks ago, and I said to his face, I was like, "You're my hero. Like, I love you. I love everything you do."
Yeah, he's the hero.
So good.
He's the man. Nothing but success for Quiggs. Absolute grinder. A great brain on him.
He's a fiend.
I will say this though. I did not like what I saw out of Jersey Jerry yesterday and the way that he has been playing both sides of this and the way that he was talking to Austin. I look at Sass specifically about how much he cares about the 3 guys in the bush and how much he is trying to fight for them and how much he's trying to sprint in one direction. And then I look over at Jerry and I feel like he's pulling Sass away from the direction that he wants to be sprinting by carousing with Austin.
Yeah.
I know that Austin made a point with Jerry about what Sass was talking about, saying that Jerry actually sent this screenshot to Austin and Austin ran the tweet by Jerry beforehand. There were so many other things that Sass brought up that Austin never mentioned when they were doing the video with him and Jerry, when they talked about it on the Yak. Like, why is he in the Discord talking shit about everybody in the bush? Why is he like actively calling them retarded? Yeah. Why is he like yelling at them in meetings? Why is the dynamic of like a boss and a peon? Like, none of those things were addressed, and I thought that left a hole in my heart, and then just seeing Jerry like pulling against it left a hole in my heart as well. And there's a group chat where it's we were trying to get like Bush boy dad crossover, so we have a group chat, and yesterday I was in that group chat being like, if we're gonna do these crossovers and work together, we have to be pulling in the same direction. And it didn't feel like we were pulling in the same direction yesterday. And I get that Austin is Jerry's friend and Jerry is Austin's friend, and that when Jerry needs an ear, he calls Austin. But at the same time, I also think that maybe Jerry enjoys the power that Austin has and the power that Austin's using. And I
think that's crazy.
What?
I don't think that's true at all.
What?
I don't think that Jerry like enjoys or has like a weird power dynamic.
I didn't say weird.
I don't think Jerry's like looking for power.
I don't think he's looking for power, but I think that he likes that Austin is adjacent to Dave.
Maybe, and I think there's definitely he always says, I got kids, I got 2 kids now, I got to look out for that. So I think he's obviously I think he wants to look out for himself and his family, and he maybe sees Austin as a tool for that.
I definitely see Austin as a tool as well. So I think that there's like maybe some aligned. Just kidding, but
that's mean.
I mean, I just like.
I could stick up for Jerry in that situation.
Yeah, no, I think. I mean, you could stick up for Jerry, but it didn't make sense to me. It was like a little eye opening. It's just like why aren't Jerry and Sass on the same page? And I watched a decent amount of the owners' meeting last night. Great content, but I think that they're saying the same thing. Mook is saying the same thing.
Yeah.
It just left questions. It left questions lingering on my desk, and it seems like on the Yak, like Sass did not want to Sass said everything he needed to say. He didn't want to have that confrontation live where he was like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? And I think that there's 3, at least maybe 4 whatabouts that just never got answered, and it was in the sake of kumbaya. I also did not buy the reason for Austin deleting his tweet. He didn't even see that Sass replied. Sass replied. Did not buy.
I don't know how you don't see that Sass quote tweets you.
Did not buy. The timeline did not line up. Did not buy. But good content. Good content. The Bush has been the fountain of the week. So, congratulations to Bush on being fountain of the week. Super excited for them.
Can I say like this next Behind the Bush is going to be insane.
Why?
I think it's, 1, just like all the content is going to be insane. But 2, there's like a couple things that we did differently this time that hasn't been done before, I think. And the first thing is that like we mic'd up everybody the entire weekend. So there's like conversations that are had that like,
oh, that's sick.
That have never seen the light of day. That
so like reality style almost.
Yeah.
So are you who's going through all that footage?
That's Quiggs right now. He's been hammering it the past couple of days. It's something like 700 gigabytes of footage, which is, if you know anything, like that's a shit ton of footage.
Yeah, if you know anything.
And then the other thing is that we're still filming it. Like it is not done being filmed. There's still a lot more that is going to like come from it. So like it's the timeline of this behind the bush is just, it keeps getting longer and longer. And then the last thing I'll say is after that like first fallout of the Bush losing, I don't know if they want me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We filmed with all the owners for like one-on-one intensive, like I would say Rone style interviews for like 6 hours straight.
Holy shit.
So there's
a lot of content coming.
There's just nothing is held back.
Good.
It's going to be a cat fight.
Good. That's how it should be. I think that there's a lot of, there's good content coming out of this. No, like regardless, it was great for Boy Dad. It was great for the owners meeting. There's just a lot of good shit.
Also, shout out Mook. I just got to shout Mook out. He's the man.
It said, who gets final edit? The chat is asking who gets final edit. It's collaborative,
Quigs.
Right?
Yeah,
Or is it Quigs or is it you or you?
It will be Quigs.
Okay. I think being able to edit with perspective or being able to edit in a way that elevates the product is like the key to being a funny or good editor. And I think that, Quigs is literally the king of that. So that should be sick. Excited about that. Another thing, I would be remiss if I did not promote The Nicest, which is going on Saturday. The Nicest is going on Saturday. If you come up to me at The Nicest and you just you say Tony's not my boss, and so I'll know that you got the tickets through watching RoneDotCom. Drinks on me. You know what I mean? We go right to the bar, drinks on me. You say Tony's not my boss. If you buy the tickets based off of this, it's $25 for a ticket. I'll spend $25 on a drink for you. I just want people in the motherfucking building because it will make the atmosphere better. The videos will go off if there's nobody in the building, doesn't matter. But I want people in the building. $25 tickets, Chelsea Music Hall this Saturday from 3 to 9. 3 to 9, I think it is. It is the best battle rap card of the year. It is truly fucking insane. Dude, the amount of people that are coming up to me talking about Tony. A guy named Nikhil stopped me on his run this morning while I was walking my children and dog, and he was like, "Fucking that story about Tony's incredible. I'm getting Tony'd left and right." I think that the merch game has changed, and people aren't wearing buzzwords and funny phrases like "got milk" on their t-shirts anymore, but God damn, Tony is not my boss would have been a 100,000 t-shirt sale phrase in 2018. It would have been a different time. Tony is not my boss. So come to The Nicest. Tell me Tony is not your boss, and drinks on me. New Amsterdam vodka on me. The least that I could do. They said Judas Jerry is a snake, dude. I don't think that he's a snake. I just want there to be synergy. I want there to be synergy for everybody pulling in the right direction. And I don't know what he gets by playing, by being like buddy with Austin. Because the budget doesn't go up. He doesn't get more money out of it. And maybe it's just friendship, companionship, like the movie Homeward Bound. Companionship is important. Jerry Iscariot? No, don't say that, bro. Do not put Iscariot on him. They said, feel for old Mook. He gets shit on from every side. Of course, but I feel like Mook has almost accepted that as his existence. And, like, if we're going to shit on Mook, we also have to give Mook the acknowledgement that his hairline looks incredible, bro. His hairline looks like fucking Ben Affleck's.
He looks good.
He literally has Ben Affleck's hairline right now. It looks fucking incredible, dude. He has a fucking yink. Perfect lineup. Lots to get to today. Buddha Ben is coming on the show today. We're going to be promoting the wine stuff that we have going on later on today with Kelly Keegs coming in. Tate is coming on to the show later on today. And also Fasoli said that Fasoli is supposed to be in the fold right now.
Me and him were talking all last night.
What was he saying?
He was upset.
What was he saying?
We were talking about the stream last night, the After Dark. He did the Viva assessment.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And he was heartbroken. They didn't know what Milton was.
Yeah, that's bad.
They said, what the fuck is Milton?
Yeah, that's bad. And, I mean, I'm not trying to be a broken record, but that, like, underlines the points that I'm trying to make about just like the culture. Like you don't have to know like who the 1956 lineup for the Yankees was to be a Yankees fan, but knowing the Yankees culture will make all of Yankees fandom and the pinstripes just shine a little bit brighter. So I think that he is right for how pissed off he is about that. But also he was like, I'll be there first thing in the morning, and 23 minutes after 9. Whereas he hasn't buzzed the tower yet. Where's my brother Fasoli?
He's probably just working on something else because he's a grinder.
He's probably in the fucking mines grinding away. He's probably in the content mines just busting his ass. Yeah. I have felt like there has been a pretty constant stream of people coming into the office, which I think is nice at this early hour. Maybe they just want to be seen and just get checked off. Nothing like walking past the back. So we need to get him on 9:30. We have I think we have the brother Tate coming on at 9:30. They said, Rone, I have a job interview this morning. Can you give me some good vibes? Bro, of course, bro. Be you. That's who they want to hire. It's obvious. Just be yourself and be calm. Do a 10-minute free calm meditation and let the questions come to you. Get out of your own head. That will be awesome. I liked when Austin was in the mix, TBH. I like when Austin's in the mix, too. I think that Austin will grow so much when he separates his view and personality just a little bit more from Dave's view and personality. For example, yesterday, when Austin is saying, like when I was talking to them and, like, I was seeing if they got it and they don't got it, it's like, your vocabulary is so steeped in Dave-isms that, like, we have to, like, dig to see. I don't know, like, who the, like, for lack of a better term, who the real Austin is, like, because it's so, like, crusted into a Dave thing. So I want him in content, but it's like he doesn't have to yell at people the way that he would see Dave yelling at people. And I thought that Out and About had an interesting point that they made. Big fan of that podcast, that maybe sometimes the assistant to the boss has to be the tough guy so the boss doesn't have to be the tough guy. And I would be interested to see if Austin feels like that's his role. Maybe he feels like that's his role, but I want to see him outside of the world of, like, speaking in Dave's soundboard. I think that like, if he is to truly grow, I think that that's a flourishing position. That, like, look at how much Frankie Borelli has flourished since he was in that role. But also Frankie Borelli, like, has such a distinct personality from Dave. Jason Williams, morning, bro. You in the office today? Bro, is a pig's ass pork?
He's hitting you up?
Yeah. He said he was stuck in New York last night. He said that there's not flights back to Florida for a couple days. I was like, that can't be true. That cannot be true. There has to be flights back to Florida. He was like, I'm thinking about going to Philly to get a flight from Florida to Florida. Like, that can't be true. There has to be flights to Florida. Yeah, we're in New York. There's flights to Florida every 15 minutes.
Can I ask you a question about Austin?
Sorry. Of course.
So Dave put him in charge of the Bush. He said this in his video because he was sick of dealing with calls from Jersey Jerry. Right? That's something Dave said.
Yeah.
And then Austin stepped away from the Bush on his own accord.
Right.
What do you think about that?
What do you mean? From what perspective?
Like, if your boss was like, yo, I need you to do this for me, and then you were like, I can't do that.
Yeah. Who is the boss? Maybe Austin's the boss. That's a great question.
But that was just
Maybe Austin tells Dave what's going on.
Yeah. But I was like, if you were like, hey, like, Mac, you're in charge of this hooping video. And I was like, can't deal with Jason Williams. Can't do it. You would murder me.
That would be hilarious. Wow, I never thought of that perspective. That is a very interesting perspective. I think that is troubling. Maybe, so does Dave just go back to getting the calls from Jersey Jerry? Or, like, what happens with the budget?
That's like I don't know. I don't know what they're going through. And I think that's Like that just makes all of their lives harder because now they like, I don't know. I don't know what the procedure is for like Mook and Sass and Cherry.
It does seem like they have a lot of meetings for work, and like I know that for like big productions, you need to have a meeting, or like there'll be some meetings that people go to. Like Tyler's in meetings all the time about like productions that he's working on for RoneDotCom, Hoopin' and Hollerin', sometimes Son of a Boy Dad. But I think that when like a lot of content people get together for a meeting about stuff, like Sparky, I see you. When a lot of content people get together for a meeting about stuff, sometimes I think that is like counterintuitive. Like when you're over meeting about the content that you're creating, it's like just make the shit, just make the content.
Yeah.
And so I think that sometimes maybe that will free things up if there can be less meetings, but somebody's going to have to ask about this budget. I think that they should just fucking spend the money, and like they're like asking for content to be approved. Like just spend the money, put in the expense report request, and if the expense report makes it through, boom, you're good to go. And if it doesn't, then you're on the hook for it. And don't have the meetings about the budget. Most likely the shit will go through. But like what the meetings about the budget, I don't know any other brand within Barstool that has meetings about the budget. I don't know anybody that has meetings with a higher up to get a budget for something approved. I don't know, haven't heard about that happening with Part of My Take. I haven't heard about that happening with Chicks in the Office. We don't do it with Son of a Boy Dad. We don't do it with RoneDotCom. We don't do it with Hoopin' and Hollerin'. I don't know about Out and About doing it. I don't know any brand that has budget meetings constantly meeting about the budget. I've never heard of that. And now it's like the crux of everything that's going on with the Bush. It's truly mystifying. They're working too much. Not even that. It's like they're working wrong. What other tiny brands of Barstool spends $30K on travel expenses? I don't know what people spend on travel expenses, but I don't know. Maybe that's why they need to talk about the budget. But like that shit seems like such a manufactured and an outlier of a talking point. I heard Fish Week had 32 meetings for a budget. Like we need. I don't know. Tate's on the Zoom right now. Let's get our brother Tate in here. Tate just absolutely fucking crushing it. What's up, my beast?
It is.
Muted. Hang on. Good to go.
We good?
Yes. Why Sparky's got his walkie-talkie on full blast in the lobby. Sparky! Bro, actually,
Sparky's been giving you shit lately, Rone.
Dude, honestly, I would love to see you following Sparky around and just going back to East New York with Sparky and his dog, his 75-pound dog that attacks people. I would love to see that. But I'm sure that you have requests left and right. What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. In the middle of some drama down here in the Chicago office, from my understanding. Did you see the golf club video?
No, what happened?
I just walked in. Apparently, one of our interns, Mia.
Oh yeah, someone broke her golf club?
Yeah, Nikki Smokes was down there investigating. Says she's left-handed, so I think there's gonna be a manhunt today.
Well, so who else is left-handed in there? Obviously, Lockwood.
I believe Hank is. I'm told a lot of our Wake Up Barstool employees that use the golf sim are left-handed. So I think we're having an old-fashioned.
Whodunit?
I think so.
Oh my God! So do you feel like there's a burden or an onus on you to be the investigator because you do such a good job of getting to the bottom of this shit?
I appreciate that. The one thing I'll say is I'll give credit to Danny Conrad. I feel like when it's a whodunit situation, I think Danny is more of the private investigator. I'm more of the reporter of the office.
Both very distinct roles. You guys both thrive in those roles. But I would love to see. I would hate to be the person who did it, but I'd love to see you guys get to the bottom of this.
Well, that's the thing, Rone. I feel like we're similar in that way, where it's like if you're not involved, there's nothing better than a little office drama.
Good God, I was gleeful when I saw Sass going at Austin.
I haven't seen you so happy as I saw on yesterday's episode.
I think I was like kicking my feet together, like I was like wiggling my toes. I was so excited.
There's no worse feeling when it's like if it's me, I'm calling Dan in the middle of the night, being like, "Hey Dan, that was me. It was an accident." But I know it wasn't me, so I hope it's a fucking problem today.
I can't believe that intern Mia is bringing clubs to the office.
Well, I'm not here to victim shame, but I was trying to get to the bottom of it. She brought her clubs in the first week of her internship, and just left them in the sim and hasn't used them since the week before July 4th. So like, I'm not saying that means you deserve to get your club broken, but that's a long time to just leave your clubs in the middle of a golf sim.
Oh, 100%. If I'm walking into that golf sim, I've never considered whose clubs are these. I'm just grabbing a club and swinging away.
That's what I told her. Whoever's answer it's going to be is going to be, I didn't know that was your left-handed club. I thought I broke a club. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I think that that's valid. Now, we are giving them the answers to the test beforehand, but maybe the answers to the test are a sore subject based off of what happened last night. Any reports on the intern Olympics? I know that you have Fasoli in an absolute tizzy. Great content last night.
Well, I kind of want to hear what your thoughts are because you're more of an OG at the company. I think Fasoli heading into it was like, I'm going to bury these interns. He sent me his first draft of the test, and it was like, I don't know if Dave would have got 100% on it. It was so intense.
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily need to know who stuck the scissors in the air conditioning. But I do think it's kind of crazy that like these kids, they have zero, like they don't know where the Barstool headquarters are to say what the fuck is Milton. I do think that there needs to be a little bit of like working at Barstool is not a dime a dozen job. It's kind of, it's very rare. People would, cut off their arms for it. I do think there should be a little bit of like pride in like the history of the company.
Yes, well, I also think there shouldn't be pride in not knowing the history of the company. So I think even the phrasing, what the fuck is Milton, maybe just sheepishly not knowing instead of boldly not knowing, being like, I'm so proud that I don't know. I also think that stocking the deck exclusively with people who are Barstool historians isn't necessarily the answer. If I keep going back to the Yankees example, if you've put 9 people on the field for the Yankees that know all the Yankees history versus 9 dudes who were born in Cuba and used a milk carton as their baseball glove, but maybe don't have no idea who Lou Gehrig is, like, I'd rather the guys who are from Cuba playing. That being said, like, while you're there, maybe you walk through the hallowed halls of Yankee Stadium and you learn a little bit throughout the time as opposed to being so proud in your lack of knowledge.
We talked about it after the show yesterday. I'm with you. It doesn't need to be like if we just hired athletes and like fraternity brothers and Barstool fans, like, yeah, you want dudes that can edit. At the end of the day, you need talented guys. You need people like to do their job. But to not know this, I'm not saying it needs to be the number one fact in the company. They had no idea Hank had ever been taped to the wall. And we were 0 for 25 on that question. It's like, that's crazy.
That's bad. But I applaud you for using the interns and content. That's awesome. And I want to know if you have any that are like, okay, this one, I'm putting a red star next to this name. This one could be a future heavy hitter.
So Braun does mostly sports. He won intern Olympics. I think Braun is someone, he honestly reminds me of Mac a little bit, where it's like, he knows what he's talking about. Like he's a social guy. He knows his bars, not necessarily knows his bars, but he's a social guy. He fits in with the crew, but he's also talented, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I met Braun out at the dozen. He came up and introduced himself. I also think that that's key. Just being like, hey, I'm this person. I think that that's like just being having a little bit of chutzpah, being a little bit brave, I think is good.
Has the name Simon crossed your desk yet, Ron?
I'm not familiar with Simon. Put me on.
You might need to watch a Simon highlight tape. Simon,
did he hit that shot? Was he the one who hit the jumper?
I stole the one. So we had a tie. We had
Okay.
a tie in the elimination round to go to the single elimination bracket. So we needed something quick, and I said we're playing 1-on-1 to 1.
Love that.
And Simon is our production intern. he knocked down a shot, and it was electric.
Feet righty, shot lefty, and
You don't see that often.
absolute floater. Yeah, a bit of a Michael Kidd Gilchrist in his shot. I thought it was very interesting.
He also hit a impressive bob for an apple.
That was him.
And then, let out a rally cry, and then you don't see this often in broadcasting. He then brought the apple to the broadcast booth and finished it while he was, doing the commentating. And we were like, Simon, what's up with the apple? And he said, well, he bobbed for it. He earned it.
That 100%, and I think that shows something. That shows you a little bit of something. He's going to take it home with him, and it's good to have. I think it's also good to just put the red star on people. Like we had a guy in here this past week, intern Bug, that pulled the prank on Nate with Klemmer, and he went to the movie theater and sat in a wheelchair for the entire time. It's like, yeah, red star, putting the red star. If you're going to go and be that committed to the bit, like sitting in a movie theater in a wheelchair for hours and not even knowing if people are watching, you're not, I think that is worthy of praise.
100%. I told him yesterday, I said, I get that if you're a editing intern or a production, you got to just do your best job and let your boss, see you shine. If you're a content intern, make a name for yourself.
Totally.
Do something. So
totally.
It was get to know him last night.
Or if the call is there, it doesn't even matter what you're hired for. If someone's like, hey, can you do this? Or would you be interested in doing this task or this activity? Step up and fucking do it. It'll be awesome. The other thing I have a couple other things I want to talk to you about. This past weekend, it seems like a year ago now, but Nadu's birthday party. What kind of what taste has that left in your mouth? Where are you at with Nadu? Where are you at with Lancaster, Pennsylvania? Where are you at with Light Switch Lou? What's going on?
The whole thing was interesting to me. First of all, it was a movie. To be able to say 20 years from now that I was on Yorgo's third floor for Nadu's 37th, that's a where were you moment. But Nadu, I don't know, Rone. I would compare it to if you come into the game and you played a flawless baseball game and you're up 4-1, and then you blow a save in the bottom of the ninth, or you're winning at Augusta for 3 days and you come down the backstretch on Sunday and you double on 18 and you lose. He had, I think it's no secret that he puts on this persona,
bravado, some act, a bit of an act.
He's good at it. And I think he rolled out the red carpet, and he had the nice clean car, and he had the nice house, and he got the haircut that he gets every Friday, and he gets the brand new shoes every 10 days. And he's got the Latinas showing up with the private driver, and everything goes well. But you got to close.
You have to close.
And to go home from your 37th birthday
with a dry dick.
When you had big booty Latinas on your left and your right, it then pokes holes in the rest of the day.
Well, one thing I know that Nadu is good at is putting some caulk in those holes. He is fantastic at putting some caulk in those holes. Klemmer joining the studio. Klemmer, good to see you, brother.
With the shimmy.
Yeah, with a bit of a shimmy. So yeah, I think that he did a great job of caulking those, or he will do a good job of caulking those holes. And I'm not worried about the long-term health of Nadu. I need to ask you, though, what was the reason for the temporary hiatus on content? What was it, Tate? You have to tell us.
Yeah, I'll tell you the answer. It was so DJ Matt was his big hire.
Uh-huh.
And he made a promo video, and he was just like, hey, come out to Yorgos tonight, third floor. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a long line. Don't call me, because I'll be DJing. So if Tone's being a bitch at the door, Tone's being a bitch at the door. Well, Tone owns Yorgos. Tone thought that meant Tone's a bitch. I feel like you and I are intelligent enough to realize he's saying a hard ass at the door. If he's not letting people in, he's not letting people in. Tone took that as, yo, you don't call me a bitch. You don't use that word too. So Tone calls
right.
Nadu. Tone calls Nadu, and Nadu takes the phone call. And at first he's like, yo, basically, you got to get this. This is funny. Tone's mad. So they have a 10-minute phone call that starts off funny and then continues to Tone basically being like, DJ Matt's no longer welcome at Yorgos. And so Nadu starts to realize, his whole thing, like I told you in the beginning, is roll out the red carpet, make it seem like I've got my whole shit together. I'm throwing this banger.
He's the Don of the town, yeah.
Right. I'm telling you, the party was in question. It's either a DJ-less party or there's going to be a fight between. And Nadu starts pacing back and forth in his room. He will tell you that it turned into a personal phone call. My perspective is no personal information was shared. It was just the first time that it looked like there was a chink in the armor and that something might not go off as planned. And to me, if that happens to Ben Mintz, if that happens to Klemmer, if that happens like they don't get the benefit of that being withheld. So it still looked like to utter the words, let's just pretend that didn't happen.
Cannot pretend. I don't think you know how to pretend.
So I called Dan. I left. Like we had in his living room, me and him are like, I said, no, dude, like I'm not like make the choice right now. I'm either leaving or that phone call goes out because what's going to happen is he needs to then call DJ Matt. He either needs to smooth it over. The party might get canceled. So I called Dan and I'm like, Dan, I'm like asking for permission here. I want to leave. And I think we were on the same page that I was going to end the documentation until fucking Legal Paul reached out. And apparently Pennsylvania is one of 20% of states where you can't publish a one-sided phone call.
Yeah, it's like a single party state or whatever the fuck, yeah.
So I lost all ground to like hold a negotiation with. And ultimately I was there to cover Nadu's birthday. So we came to a compromise that I ended up going either way, but I was pretty pissed for about 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah, that would piss me off. That would infuriate me. Did you have something, Klemmer?
I just think he made the right call, though. Like, right, if he doesn't, I understand Tate's perspective, and you got to show everything. But if you don't go back, then we never get the stuff at Yorgos.
Totally fair, and I think in the back of my mind, it's always like, yeah, I'm gonna get the content, but I was not gonna let this guy, and he was very nice to me, very kind. I was not gonna let him roll out the red carpet, and the first hiccup be like, well, I didn't hiccup. Like, if something bad happens, I use Mincy as an example. If something bad happens to Mincy, he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt to say, let's withhold that.
I have a question about the big booty Latinas. What in number? How many were there? I counted 3 that you referenced in the car ride home story and in the videos.
Are you talking about like at Yorgos in total?
In total, or specifically the VIP?
Yeah, so I hadn't seen any big booty Latinas, and I'm talking it is Saturday night, it is 11 o'clock. I'd yet to see a big booty Latina. Oh. But I knew that there were some coming because Jeff had told me the night before that he had been talking to a girl. She came in from Jersey. He put her up in a hotel. He sent her to dinner. He had FaceTimed her during the day.
Sent her to dinner.
Sent her to dinner's wild.
Paid for her dinner and her friends, and she brought 2 friends. But Jeff wanted to pregame at Cigar Bar, and obviously the smoke's going around, and they didn't want their hair to smell like smoke. So I had not seen any big booty Latinas, but I was told they were coming. Well, they picked us up from Cigar Bar to take us to Yorgos, which was about 450 feet away.
Got it.
So again, Rone, like everything is going well when this, nice big black car with a personal driver and three big booty Latinas show up. But then we get there and there's not much interaction, and then we go home without. So
here's my question about those Latinas. Which of them did he have a percentage chance of getting sucked by, and what was each of the percentages if we're going down the line of the 3 big booty Latinas?
If you look at my tweet that said Jeff Nadu has arrived at Yorgos, there's 1 big booty Latina, and I'll say this, of the 3 big booty Latinas, it was the biggest booty of all the Latinas.
Right, he had a chance with.
Yes, that was the girl he was talking to. And so the other 2 were just friends. So it was 0%, 0%. And then he'll tell you that he's trying to put in actual work with this girl.
Right, okay.
So that was his.
And from your perspective, put a number on it. Was it 30%? Was it 50%? Was it 75% chance that he was going to get sucked by that woman that night?
I went into it thinking it was a 100% chance.
Of course.
Because if I bring a girl from a state over and pay for her dinner and pay for her hotel and pay for her shoes, I'm not saying she owes it by any means, but I'm saying like
that's a down payment.
That's an interesting way to phrase it. I guess I'm saying like this, like I would like to think that if someone that I'm doing that for also has some sort of relationship where I think on my birthday we might be going home and kissing a little bit.
I think that that's a realistic thing. There could have been high expectations for her, which might have scared her, or she might have been intimidated by, the pure size that he's always talking about.
I'll give him credit. I did go there and say, hey man, like just for reporting purposes, can I see your dick? Oh. And he showed me a picture, and I'm here to report Jeff Nadeau's got a huge cock.
That's great news.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
That's really good to hear. And it tracks.
I had a question,
please.
About so you mentioned this one girl he's kind of like putting work in, like obviously wants something more. When you said at the end of the night, some of the girls were saying like, I can't believe we're in Lancaster. Like it seems like it kind of went south. Was she one of the girls complaining, or do you think there's a chance that her and Nadeau can work this out?
So she started talking she was just talking to someone else. And it's the guy that Nadeau at the end, he's like helping her into the car, and Nadeau like pushes the guy away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Nadeau, we go downstairs and he's like, I'm out. Didn't go how I wanted. I'm going home. But he did pay for this driver service, and he's still trying to talk to this girl. So he goes to get him upstairs, brings him down, puts him in the car, and we get in this car, and not his girl. The two girls are sitting next to me. His girl starts telling him, like, you're drunk. The two girls next to me start fighting, and they start saying, why are we in Lancaster?
Okay.
So it clear, like the connection is clear. Nadeau brought his girl in, said, bring two friends to make you comfortable, but also make me look good. And then they're like, you only get so many Saturday nights in the summer. Why am I in Lancaster, Pennsylvania?
Valid question. But Lancaster is as good as any town in Jersey. Let's be honest.
Did you see Amish people walking around Lancaster when you were there? Like, is there like, are the Amish just like rolling around in there?
We went to a market that had Amish chocolate milk, Amish cheese, Amish all this. It was cool, but like, no, I didn't see a horse and buggy.
Okay.
I think that's a misnomer about it.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I think there's like during the day, maybe on roads in certain parts, but it's not even like the city center isn't hand erected barns, it's like a city.
And I'm not here to trash. I'm just here to report the facts. Like, I'll give you 3 pieces of news that I for sure learned. Jeff Nadeau's not Amish. Jeff Nadeau does live in his own house, and Jeff Nadeau has a big dick.
That is all good information.
That's a win. Those are 3 victories for Jeff.
And I think that's all good reporting by you. And yesterday, Tate, you were talking a little bit about maybe you're going to be doing some more reporting and that maybe it's going to be sold. And I think people are really excited about that. And so I have Mac come up with 5 people that he would love for you to tail. And I think that we might have some graphics involved with this. So Mac was doing some racking of the brain to see, and another one we just added is Sparky, like him going to follow Sparky for a day, and seeing how many times he calls me on the phone. That would all be interesting.
That's what I'll say, Rone. I'm excited for the list, but like Walker yesterday is giving me shit. Like, dude, don't you think that you've graduated from the Jeff Nadeau 37th birthdays? And I said, I disagree. The characters, the Sparkies of the world, are where some good stories are coming from. Like a day in the life with Sparky would do numbers.
Yeah, that's like asking if Mike Wallace from 60 Minutes has graduated from human interest pieces. Like what are you only going to cover, like athletes with polished PR machines behind them? You want the raw story. You want the story that nobody else is telling.
Jay Will was the exception because he's obviously a megastar walking around. But like, yeah, when you've got Rico Bosco, when you've got Ben Mintz, when you've got Jeff Nadeau, and Rico's going to hate to be paired in those 3, but those 3 they're electric because of their quirks.
Yes, exactly. People who are more interesting than the camera is showing, and or more interesting than they put online. I think Buddha Ben was another guy who was like that. But who's coming on the show later on. But let's get into this list. I need to get into this list. Okay.
Yeah, my take was when I was thinking of ideas. Like the thing with you, Tate, is when you follow someone, you follow them as they experience something new. Or something interesting, like Nadeau's 37th birthday, right? Like, you're not just following around Jeff Nadeau because he's a funny guy. You're following him around because there's something exciting happening. And so the thing that I want to see more than anything is 2 firefighters, Nicky Numbers and Rico Bosco, go experience Fire Island and, learn about the culture that's there. And kind of, they don't know each other very well. They're friends. You could, figuring out their dynamic Do they work together? What do they think of the gay people?
Maybe
Exactly.
it's an appealing lifestyle for them. Maybe they get to there and they're like, wow, this isn't as bad as I thought it was.
They're a gruesome twosome, and I would love to see you just document every aspect of some type of story like this.
Look, I'm at the point where I'm supposed to turn down assignments if it's not necessarily some. This is approved. This is the 2 thumbs. They're in. I'm in.
Yeah, we need to get them in. We need Numbers and Bosco out on Fire Island or even Fire Island Pines where it gets really gay. That would be amazing. Number 2 on the list.
Cut this one. Cut it. It's dead.
Why?
This one, I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't think you'd love it. I think it involves Francis like spending a year trying to get a pilot's license, and I don't think you want to spend that amount of time with Francis. Who wouldn't? But there's just move on. The next one I think Tate will like.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is interesting because I think you've documented your coworkers really well. But what you haven't done is to be a true journalist. I feel like you have to immerse yourself within your coworkers. You have to become your coworkers. So what I'd like for you to do one day is basically babysit Rone's twins for like a week. Document what's it like trying to be a content creator while taking care of 2 little balls of hatred. And who knows? I mean, you're recently married. I don't know if you're starting to think about anything like that, but might help you.
A trial run
Might help you. A little free trial.
I'll say this: that would come down to Rone's, confidence level and putting that out there. But I'll say the first person to allow me to do like a day in the life and actually stay in their house, like Nadu, I still had to stay in the hotel. Mincy never wanted to. Like, I think the first person that lets me fully immerse myself into their true life, Rico Bosco should do it. That's going to be the next big one.
And you're willing to do that? You're willing to get on the ground if you have to?
100%. 100%.
That's good to hear.
I think that would. Jeff Nadeau did not make you quit. I think that you might be tapping out at Twin Life. I think that it is. It makes work very easy. But incredible idea, Mac. I'll have to run it by the wife.
Run it by the wife. I had a
sure she'll be
thing
into
written.
it. You staying in our apartment,
Taking care of your children.
yeah, with no guest bedroom. Next up, number 4. Fasoli flips.
Yeah, this was I made these last night. I was on no sleep, and me and Fasoli had been talking all night. So I wanted like the whole story was like Fasoli goes to Milton and tries to build HQ5 V2. And I would like you to follow him as he like embarks on a construction journey, learning, he's a blue collar guy. His parents never took him to see the Raiders. So there's something there.
I think even if like you had been able to follow Fasoli only at last year's Super Bowl when he's like watching Dave and sitting next to the Raiders, like I think that even would have been an incredible day.
I think Fasoli falls into that quirky character that the internet will just flock to. So I love it as well.
Yes, there's more to Fasoli than we've seen.
He's a lovable guy.
Fasoli flips at 4, and finally number 5.
Yeah, this one is a little strange, but I was thinking about your journey, right? And I think every Barstool employee should be inspired by what you do. I genuinely believe that because I think your content is amazing and it's really unique. But ultimately, it has a fatal flaw in that you can really only cover your coworkers. I mean, obviously you can do other coworkers or people who are not your coworkers, but when you run out of everybody and you cover everyone so well, it could be 2080, could be 2090, might not even be the century, but you're going to need to eventually one day cover yourself. And that might be a day in my life. It might be a weird record a day and then go back and take notes. It might be some VR bullshit, but I think the world one day is going to need to see the Tateception.
I can pencil that in for 2080. I don't hate that idea at all.
2080 sounds nice. I think by then we will be at a full surveillance state. So you can kind of like watch the like Ring cameras and locally put up surveillance license plate cameras and like kind of piece your life together like from the outsider's perspective. I think that that's a later date idea, but still a great idea.
Yeah, I appreciate the list, Mac. And Rone, what you just said, that's my new favorite thing to do is like go to front desks and be like, hey, can I pull your security footage?
The Missy
got-
security footage is great. The fact that you even could get access to that.
Incredible.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Tate, you're crushing it. When are we going to find out the new name of the series?
I think I gotta talk to the big dog. I think Spectate is
Damn good.
yeah, it makes sense and it can be hashtagged. So I think that's probably gonna be it, to be honest.
Awesome. You're the man. Keep it up. And you found an awesome lane for yourself. Keep it going.
All right,
Great work,
boys.
Tate.
Love the show, Matt. Keep grinding, bro. I know you're working hard.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Fiend.
Later.
All right, brother. Yes, I'm gonna. So I know Buddha Ben's in the waiting room. It's gonna be a minute, Buddha. I promise you, we are not eschewing you. We just got caught up a little bit. I need to talk to my brother Klemmer. Klemmer, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
I have a show I want to get off the ground.
Holy shit!
Yes.
And my understanding is that you've been messaging Dave about this show.
I messaged Dave last week. Haven't heard back yet. He's a busy guy. And
I heard
New York
you
Times
messaged
number
him
one bestseller list.
I heard you messaged him and then you messaged him again.
Correct. Messaged him on Wednesday. Messaged him again on Sunday. So how it works here is when you want to do a show, you meet with like Jake Bass and Booze and you pitch it. And if there are resources needed, you have to get it approved by Dave. So the show idea is this. It's not reinventing the wheel at all, but I think it's something that we need in the New York office. And it's a daily show. You threw your phone angrily or happily?
No, I'm focusing on you. This is like I'm giving you my undivided attention.
Appreciate that. A daily show at the end of the day, so like 3:30 or 4 o'clock start time, and it's myself and 4 rotating people, different people every day from the New York office, and we're talking about either any beefs that are happening, any people working on, just what they're going on in their daily life, just kind of a mix of like Friday Night Pints meets like Barstool Radio meets Rundown, just like with KFC Radio not here anymore, and with even the Rundown not here anymore. Like you're doing this show, which is great, but like that's just once a week. I think like having stuff to react to, like the out of order stuff is. The out and about stuff is great. That's also like once a week with Kelly and Pat, sometimes twice a week. But like I just think having that like daily show to instantly react to stuff, I think would be great.
Are you going to be hosting it daily?
Yep,
Every day?
every day.
In perpetuity?
Well, I will have to take probably a week when my son is born. But my wife has maternity leave to the end of the year, so I'm around
Till the end of the year.
to the end of the year. And then,
And what about after that?
well, then we'll see if the show's doing well. Then yes, I'll stick around. And also, my contract is up at the end of the year too, so Dave has to
really?
keep me around. Yeah.
What is the what? Explain why you want it to be a daily show as opposed to a weekly show. Like, I know that you just touched on it a little bit, but is there any concern that that's a lot of programming to fill a daily show?
I don't think so. Like, you're here in the office. Like, at the end of the day, we're all kind of shooting the shit at the end of the day anyway. Like, why not just do it in front of a camera? Like, we're all there. I think there's like enough entertaining and like interesting people here that I think that shouldn't be a problem. Like, if I bring on 4 people from this office, different people every day.
How will that differentiate itself from, like, say, a Sports Central or something like that? Will it look the same? Will it be presented the same? Will it be in this room?
No. So I think it'll be very different Sports Central just because Sports Central is kind of the same people and it's sports. This is going to be all sorts of stuff. It's going to be at the bar.
At the bar?
Yeah, I just think we're not using that space.
Yeah, that is a great space. It is, like, if you did a heat map of where people walk in the office, that's a barren area. It's
It hasn't been used in a while either. I think it'd just be like a different look, and it's like let's just I don't know. We're here. Let's make content, kind of thing. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that is. I think it's admirable that you want to do something. I think that there are questions to be answered. For example, about like the production of it. Have you thought about the production?
Sure. So that's why I need Dave to approve it. So you need to have someone kind of switch the cameras, kind of like on this show, like when you have people switch the cameras, and then you need to have a producer. So because of that, that's why I have to reach out to Dave. So how it works here is like if you have a content idea that doesn't require resources, you can just do it. But if there are resources needed, Dave has to approve it. So that's what I'm waiting for Dave to get back to me. But I know.
So there's what?
he's
Wait.
pretty
So
busy.
there's going to be which cameras over by the bar?
So that's now we're getting to the world I don't know. I talked to the tech team. They said it's like doable. I guess there would be like 3 cameras. I guess. But that now we're getting to a world where I don't have the technical.
How long is the how long is the show going to go?
Like 45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour, and and the tech team is good with it. That like they're not gonna have to stay longer.
No, I mean they're from my understanding that it'd be all done before 5 o'clock. So I mean the people it would be all done within the workday, just at the end of the workday.
And is this the idea? Are you like it's this idea or bust, or are you like do you have like a fallback option if this proves to be unapproved by Dave?
No, I mean I don't have like a fallback option. Like I would just think of something new. Like I don't know, I would just then do something else. Or try to think of something else. No, there's no like ideas are ideas. Like you just have them and hopefully they get approved. You try it out. Some ideas work, some ideas don't, and then I don't know. That's just not everything's gonna be a home run. I think this is something. I think it'd be just really good for the office. I think it's also something that I think would be just like we're all here anyway. Let's do something.
Who's your ideal first week of programming?
I would see who's available. The first show, like you, Kevin, Fights, people that just I think that are very comfortable talking a lot and easily have conversations. Pat, I think would be great. Keegs would be great. Like that. Like I think those people would have kind of like open seats whenever they want them, kind of thing.
I think something I will say that is a struggle that you'll run into is constantly recruiting people to be a part of the show and being like trying to staff out the show, especially if it's a rotating cast. I think that will wind up being a heavy lift for you.
Maybe I'm naive, and I could be. But I'm hoping that's not a problem. I'm hoping the idea of people having an hour of content every day that they can do would be like really alluring. Like I remember like when I first started, like on Fridays, sometimes the Yak would bring me in and I hadn't had camera time in like weeks and it was such a great opportunity for me. And like being able to do the rundown even like once a month was such a great opportunity for me. I was just dying to do anything. I was just sitting there and like hoping that someone would ask me to do something. I was trying to think of ideas. I was so new. I didn't know what to do. And I think there are people here that are hungry that want that time. I have to believe that. I have to believe that we're all working in content, and if people would be chomping at the bit to do content.
Are you open to having this idea at a smaller scale and growing it to every day, or does it have to start off and be every day? Because one thing I also learned about content is like making stuff at a repeatable scale and pace, and then if there's the demand for it, upping the pace, as opposed to saying, I'm going to do this every day a week for the rest of time, and then then being like, oh shit, I've really got myself into a big undertaking.
No, that's very fair. I thought about that. And you might be absolutely right. Like there's no like right answers here. I think that I've been working here long enough with people long enough and we've had enough conversations where I just feel like there's almost every day there's something interesting happening here and there's an interesting conversation to be had, and why not do it on camera? And I just feel like it happens every day here. There's always something happening here. And I feel there's enough entertaining people here that we can carry content every single day. I said, but I also might be biting off more than I can chew. That's fair, but I'm willing to give it a shot. But that's a fair like kind of piece of advice for sure.
Dave, get back to this, man. Next up, let's talk about what happened last week with Nate.
Yes. So that's
I just saw intern Bug walk by.
Legend. Absolute legend. So Nate was all upset all day in the office. You were here. He's like, oh, I have to sit in this wheelchair seat, or the wheelchair companion seat. Was very upset in the office, complaining about having to go there. Left the office around 4 o'clock, and then you were there. It all kind of came together pretty quick. Cody and Travi were great co-conspirators. The three of us just kind of like what if we just sent someone there in a wheelchair? And like we just like kind of like made it happen. It's kind of this cool like moment of like content. Like we're like, I don't know, we all just kind of put our heads together. And a bunch of people were like, everyone was kind of like, there was like 15 people. Everyone's like throwing in ideas.
It just felt like something. And honestly, I was shocked when I saw that it actually happened, because it felt like something that's just like you're bullshitting, and it's like, dude, like what if we like, went to Patagonia on a boys trip? It's like this lofty ideal goal that like when it actually happened, I was like, holy shit, you guys actually had a guy pretend to be a wheelchair-bound moviegoer that fooled Nate into being uncomfortable about his position at the movies.
It was great. And then meanwhile, Nate's texting us. But we put out the call to interns, and it was intern Grant and Mike were the guys, the camera guys. They were awesome. They were down to do it. And then intern Bug was the guy in the wheelchair, and he was awesome. I mean, he was all in. He was ready to go. He was enthusiastic. He had great ideas. He's great. So intern Bug,
intern Bug, intern Grant, intern Mike.
Correct. All
well done.
All Hall of Famers in my mind.
Well done. Yeah, man. See, I love that to me is like a good scale of content. Like, I think that and I'm not trying to like shit on your other idea. I'm just trying to like specify it. You know what I mean? It seems so broad, and like making it like narrower, I feel like will give you a better focus of knowing exactly what it is, as opposed to trying to make it be everything to everyone, you know?
That's fair. I don't think it'd be everything to everyone. I think it would just be a way to just kind of talk about what's going on here. Do you think
that there is? I think that there is, and like I worry that like being critical at all of this would like deter you or other people from coming up with ideas. But I think that there is like a level of it that it's like, okay, like for like an hour for an hour a day, we're just going to talk about whatever. And like that is like it's like a bit directionless in that like it worked for the Yak, but like, and I think it works for some shows, but even like Son of a Boy Dad, like we think like if we did a third show a week, it would deter from our ability to make the 2 shows good.
That's fair. How long are your shows?
An hour to an hour and a half. And like it just works.
Do you think having different people on would make it easier to do more shows, or would that make it harder?
Maybe, I don't know. It depends on what the cadence is and what other content comes out of it, and is it just like shooting the shit? But I mean, I want to help make ideas happen, but I also want winnable and good ideas to be the ones that rise to the top.
My thought process is this, and maybe I'm way off. You've been doing this longer than I have, and you're better at it than I am. My thought process is...
Don't butter me up.
No, it's facts. You make more money than I do.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure. But my thought process is being here is like, let's just try it. And if it fails and it's kind of
I'm with that. I'm
100%
with that.
Then it's just in the waste bin of history, and like that's okay too. And if it's good, then all right, great.
So can we call it a limited edition trial run to start?
Sure. I mean, like, I'm in it for, I'm trying, if it ends up being a bust, like, for instance, I did Chat Eliminator this year. And, like, that wasn't, I wouldn't say, like, a total failure, but it wasn't, like, a hit. I don't think I would repeat that again.
What do you mean?
But, like,
I thought I had a blast.
You won. You were great at it. But, like, I think it was, like, worth trying, but it's not something, like, you learn from your mistakes. You're like, all right, it's not something I would do again. Meanwhile, Rat Race, the first time I did, I'm like, oh, I love this. I want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. My mentality is let's just try shit. Like, we have this great opportunity to just try stuff. Let's do that. And then if it doesn't work, then it's like, that's all right too. I don't know.
Totally
Maybe that's the wrong attitude to have going to. I don't know. That's my mentality.
It is a great attitude to have, and I'll love to continue this conversation with you. I've made Buddha Ben wait for 10 minutes, and that's rude of me. But it's a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Rone.
And keep the ideas coming. I'll do everything I can to help you. Interesting. Okay, let's get Buddha Ben on. Love to know people's thoughts on his idea. I would love to know. Okay. Son of a Boy 90s. Okay. Buddha. I know we have our brother Buddha. Respect the hustle.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Buddha. I can hear you. Yes, brother.
Let's go.
What's up, my beast? Good morning.
Bright and early.
So good to talk to you. Sorry for waking you up so early, but that's the nature of when the show is.
Oh, no, bright and early. We're up. How's it going?
Chilling.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you, I guess, virtually in a long time.
I know. It's such a pleasure to see you. We've been texting a bunch, but it's so good to be able to talk to you via camera. What did you think about our conversation with Klemmer that we were just talking about?
I liked your phrasing, a limited edition trial run.
Yeah, why not? Limited edition, like everything doesn't have to be like, we're going to do this series forever in perpetuity. Like, I think that we're going to try this and see if it hits.
That was funny. And when I first tuned into the chat, it was like the first thing I heard was Tate being like, yeah, Nadu showed me his huge cock. And you were just like, that's really great.
That is. It's great news for him. Buddha, dude, so good to talk to you. So good to see you. For people that don't know, Buddha Ben worked at Barstool for quite some time. And he and I worked together on a podcast called Young and Happy. We worked together on a show called Storm Chasers. We worked together on a Barstool travel show. We worked together on a Snapchat show. We worked together on a gang of shit, bro. What am I missing anything?
Those were the huge ones. Shout out to listeners who shall not be named.
Facts, bro.
Young and Happy.
That's a fact. I met a dude, the guy who there's an app that I'm like literally obsessed with called the Bend app, and it's changed my life. It's a stretching app. And the guy who created that app came into the office after I like posted a video. He was like, yeah, like let's just link up. And he was like, I was listening to Young and Happy like in 2017. Like the amount of people that still hit me up and they're like, I was tapped into Young and Happy like from the jump. Like even like TJ
We
still
had a
rocking.
good run.
We had an incredible run.
Yeah, it got, like what you were, I guess, saying to Klemmer, kind of is what we did with Young and Happy, where we started. I think we had like one a week, and then we did the Happy Burst eventually, where we were doing like 5 days a week. We had a crazy run with those.
That was great. I think that it was that show was a bit ahead of its time, honestly.
Yeah. Shit. Shout out Mike the Bike too.
Yeah, shout out Mike the Bike. Like there was like recurring characters, Jake the Rake. Like there's just like people who kind of bubbled
Jake the
up.
People
People bubbled
Quigs
up.
was on the show. Quigs was on the show. We had Tex in the mix for a while.
Tex was in the mix. Jet Ski, like early on. Like there's a lot of people who kind of like flourished through the early days of Young and Happy. Which was, I mean, yeah, incredible. You also had an incredible editing style for that podcast, which I also think was ahead of its time, and that you edited it like a video where you would edit out everybody's like ums, ahs, even gasps, like breaths, everything was edited out.
Yeah, that was a crazy time, especially we were doing them every day. That would be up until like 4 a.m. We would release them at like 4 a.m. in the morning. I would just be up editing them until like 4 a.m. every morning, and then go to sleep, and then we'd record them at like 11. But yeah, that was fun. I would edit them in Adobe Premiere too, like a video.
That's psycho.
Yeah, it was really.
Why did you do that?
I didn't know any better, and yeah, something about like I feel like it's probably better technology now, but like the mics we had back then, it was like the levels were so all over the place. So like I would be editing like every word to like make them all sound cohesive, and then yeah, those would be long nights with the Happy Burst. They sounded good though.
They sounded incredible. They sounded flawless. I mean, I never went back and listened to them, but you know, I don't think I've ever listened to a podcast that I've done.
I wish they're not like online anymore, but like
why?
I don't know. I asked Mikey Fowler when he was still with Barstool, and he didn't know why. My guess is that we had like music at the end of every episode, which might have like done something with the copyrights. But I've wanted to go back and listen to a few episodes, like the 2 musical specials we did. And then there's one where we did like a time travel episode, which was like very, very experimental of us.
We were being experimental, bro. Like that shit. I mean, and the success that Caleb has had since then, you know.
Shout out Caleb.
Yeah, there's like a massive. I just think truly that it was before its time. You've been grinding, bro. But I also heard tale that you might be coming back towards the East Coast.
I'm trying to make it back there. It's where my roots are, and yeah, my time in LA, I feel I've been here for quite a while now, so trying to make it back.
Is LA washed or what?
I mean, I never got like too, like I don't like do much like LA stuff. I'm not like out there like that, but like all like my friends that I had out here have like moved out of LA since I got here, so it's like I'm like the last one here still, so trying to make it out.
Yeah, it's tough being the last of the Flohicans out there. It's
The last of the Mohicans, yeah.
But you are working on the project out there, the musical project. Is that still happening?
Yes, sir. It's a musical album that it's based on. It's like all my paintings that I have. I have a bunch of different artists who have made songs like based off my different paintings, and been working on it for a few years now. And I'm starting to roll it out. I've been rolling out like a documentary series showing like the making of the project, and then I'm still working on mixing all the songs and getting it all together. But it's
I have
on
80
its way
bars
out.
on the art heist, bro. I have 80 bars that I need to put down eventually, but it's all written. I'll sometimes go in the side room and just rehearse it just to make sure that it still sounds great, and it does sound crispy.
We're gonna get it recorded.
Got to. But I want to cut to the chase, bro. When you move back to the East Coast, are you coming back to Barstool?
I would like to. I would like to try to figure something out. I don't know exactly how to go about the process, but yeah, I want to try
Make the pitch to Dave right here, bro. We'll clip it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to try to come in. Like, I want to try to just see where I can help. Like, try to do some different projects, like stuff that I think I can do with you, with pop punk, and just I have some different things in mind, and I just want to try to get in and make an impact where I can.
Fuck yes, dude. Dave, listen, dude. He wants to make an impact where he can. You know Dave loves you.
I love Dave. Shout out Dave.
Symbiotic relationship. You went on the was it the Dave Portnoy show at the time, and like talked about the art heist and everything. And Dave was like tickled pink at your existence.
Yeah, he said it was a story that could only happen at Barstool, which is very true on so many levels.
I also think that, you're interesting behind the scenes outside of the stuff that you put on camera. And I think that's always been the case. And now I feel like Tate is getting into that kind of content, but I think that there's always something bubbling up with you.
Shout out Tate. Tate's a monster at documenting.
Have you continued to consume the Barstool content?
Of course, yeah. I'm a Yak watcher.
Yeah.
RoneDotCom watcher.
Yeah.
We're tuned in. Still
Sick.
tuned in.
All right. Should we tell them about the idea that me and you have been working on in the that's in the seminal stages of it? Shout out to the Native Americans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The idea is this: the Ballad of Benjamin Mintz. A musical, the Mincy musical, a full-on Broadway or off-Broadway musical detailing the life of Ben Mintz. Me and Buddha were talking about getting a musical, something involved with Barstool, but it's like the Dave Portnoy musical. You know what I mean? Like, Dave will wind up not liking how he's portrayed, or there's too many stories to try to figure out. I think that the Ballad of Ben Mintz is more of a contained story, and it's more interesting. It's something that Dave could get his popcorn and enjoy. It's something that anybody within Barstool can enjoy. It's a name that puts asses in the seats. I think that there are storylines. There are songs that writes themselves. Like, I've always been Mintz, when he loses himself. Like, when he wants to have kids, it's about, like, getting the junior Mintz involved, When it's the controversy, the main controversy of his career, you have the song, I Was Just Singing. I was just singing, bro. And it's like early on in the story, like his Mama Mintz tells him, like, hey, just like sing, like how he's always singing his fight song, and like how she's always telling him, like, all you got to do is like just sing what's in your heart. And then like eventually, like, he's just singing and he gets himself in trouble by singing, but builds his way back, literally brick by brick, selling watches. It's a human triumph story. It is there writing itself in front of us. And I want to find a way to do this, and I want to find a way to do it right. And I think that I don't have the piano and melody writing skills to be able to craft that side of it. I have the lyric writing skills and the story crafting skills to work on that side of it. I think that getting an extraordinary piano player and somebody who understands the ebbs, flows, and swells of a Broadway song, I think that that is key. So if you are that person, reach out to me or to Buddha Ben, and we will get in contact with you, and like somebody who has that voice, somebody who knows how to sing with that true Broadway timbre that we need. We need that too. I have the story. I just need the pen. I just need the vessel to write it through.
Yeah, that. So yeah, for background, I came to Rome with this idea of just like an idea of like a musical with Barstool, like kind of centered around Barstool, and then Rone came with he thinks that this could be more of this Ben Mintz story. So this is my first time hearing the whole Ben Mintz story laid out the way you just did it. Because I wasn't sure exactly what you were thinking, but now I'm hearing.
You see the vision, right?
Yeah. When you first said you said like the Ballad of Ben Mintz, I was picturing like Ben Mintz in like black and white, like 1920s.
Right? How can you do a play in black and white?
Well, it'd be a movie musical. I would assume we would film it. Right, like I pictured like whatever time period would have him wearing like a top hat, and like very like whimsical and clumsy, like old timey. But now the way you're pitching it is more of a dramatic piece almost.
I mean, it's a musical, and there has to be like humor in it and like you need like it's not gonna pop as like a musical if you're just like, and the guy said the N-word and like he's the main character. Like there has to be like black characters in there, but it's like when you're writing a play, like you can have it be avant-garde, and so like you can have the Gilly and Wallow characters who are like you just said the N-word, that's fucked up. Like you might be a bad guy.
I'm picturing Mincy with like like the Muses and Hercules.
Yes.
Like who like sing all the gospel songs like them, like behind him, like,
and just being like you're fucked narrating. Up. That's racist or something like that. Like you need to have the perspective. Like the character of Cartman works in South Park because there's other characters in South Park that are like, hey, you're a dumbass for saying that fucked up perspective stuff. So there has to be characters within it that have a countering perspective to whatever he says. And I think that that's something that we can write in. So it's not just like he's the hero who says the N-word, But the thing that I've been trying to figure out is like, who is the antagonist of this story? And it's like, is it like the internet or the algorithm? That's too like broad, and it needs to be a person. And
he's almost he could be like the protagonist and the antagonist.
But that's too like there needs to be like in Les Mis there is Jean Valjean and Javert. You know what I mean? Like, I know you're a big Les Mis guy. There's Jean Valjean, there's Javert. There's, like, two guys who are just at odds with each other. And the answer to the antagonist of this play, the Ballad of Ben Mintz, is Brandon Walker.
Yeah, okay.
Brandon Walker as the guy that he's going against that is just like, what are we talking about? This guy's fucking dumb. Like the entire time, like the guy who's trying to bring him down, the guy who's against him is this like tall, southern, beautifully haired, bearded guy who's like, what? Like this guy has you all fooled.
Speaks better.
It's like the Gaston to his the Beauty and the Beast, Like he is. There has to be the Brandon Walker character, and there's like the egg bowl, but like crafting the arc of this story, I think, is key. But we need like the technician of somebody sitting in with a piano.
I think that's all like. I think the whole basis of the whole story, the music, everything just happens in a room with the piano and like us and Francis, and like I think we can put the whole thing together with just writing it with him on the piano. Like Francis is excellent at piano.
Yeah, I agree that he's excellent at piano, but I think we need
and writing.
I totally agree with that. I think that we need to outsource. We need to outsource the piano person. I think that he is great at like playing piano songs. I think that we need somebody who is a composer with a background in musical theater. And it can be at any level. And I think that we should open ourselves up to someone who has this background, someone who maybe follows Buddha's journey or is a RoneDotCom person or loves Barstool or Ben Mintz, somebody who is involved or understands that, but somebody who is like extraordinary at that. Like not somebody who...
Someone's gonna hit you up like, hey, I'm a huge Ben Mintz guy. I'm also like a classically trained piano player.
You never know, bro. You never know. And it doesn't even have to be, I think being intimately familiar with musical composition in the musical theater style is the most important thing. And somebody who has, the understanding of how to write those songs, that booming voice, I think that is key for us to put it together. Now, I know that Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote a single song that he performed, I think, at the White House before he wrote all of Hamilton. And he knew based off of one song that Hamilton would be a smashing success. And so maybe we need to find what that one song is. Maybe it's I Was Just Singing. Maybe it's I've Always Been Mintz. Like, I don't know what song it is.
That's a great title. I'm gonna watch this back. What was the other one you said earlier?
Junior Mints. When he's getting the kid.
I've Always Been Mintz is like that's like a title song.
Yes.
That's like an intro to the character type song.
Or it's like a song that you have in the first act and then it like comes back in the second act. Like his mama tells him you've always been Mintz, and then like you have the reprieve like later on.
The second time is you've always been Mintz.
Right, exactly, because like he loses everything and he's like got his feet like kicking off the dock and he's like looking at the reflection in the water and he doesn't know like who he is.
Remember who he is.
Yeah, he has to look to the sky and remember that he's always been Mintz.
Like Mufasa.
Yeah.
Now that I know your like your idea for like the story and whatnot, I'm gonna sit on this idea and try to think of some ideas. That's like the song, I think, how you just said, to like try to like flesh one out and like kind of build around it. I've Always Been Mintz.
I've always been Mintz. Like that's
that's brilliant.
Yeah, I think that if we have to get this across Dave's desk. We have to have a meeting about the budget. We have to make sure that, like, I think that, Dave, at this point in his and your career, he should be seeing you like that movie Spotlight, where it's like the Spotlight reporters don't have to, report on the daily news. They're working on the big projects, and he should be bringing you in as a Spotlight type of employee to work on the Ben Mintz project, figure out, what the budget is, how we can keep it tight, how we can scale this thing to a Broadway, off-Broadway. But I'm thinking big. I don't see this as a movie. I see this as a play. I see this as something that has like, 11 to 15 songs, that has 2 acts, that is in the Book of Mormon, like purview.
Black and white.
and that is also in black and white. America's first black and white play.
There might be like a filter you could drop like over like a screen. Right, yeah.
A scrim, I think is what it's called. Not even a screen, possible. A scrim. Okay.
Right.
We will look into that to see if we can do it in black and white. But again, we have to meet about the budget. Let's get this across Dave's desk. And I think that this is the idea. We've been looking for the idea for a while. I think that this is the idea.
Yeah, this would be so much fun to try to pull off that.
There's no try. There's only do, my brother.
Absolutely. But
you're the man. It's so good to talk to you. I think that we have something to build on, and I think keep on stacking and stacking and stacking.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. And let's talk about this and try to figure out a way to make it happen and try to get back over there and start working on it.
Can't wait. Anything else to plug?
Just buddhasbuds.com, the print shop. We got new hoodies, iPhone cases, and a bunch of stuff up there. But that's what we got going on.
Last question. Everybody wants to know: do you still smoke backwoods?
Grabba leaf now. We're on Grabba leaf. It's the latest evolution of them. So we're on the Grabba leaf.
Sheesh. Enjoy the grabba leaf. I heard in New York people are putting grabba in their chopped cheese, so be careful when you get that.
I thought you were going to say joints.
No, to chopped cheese. But I heard it's good for your sexual health. Get on back to New York. We'll make the Ballad of Ben Mintz happen. Check for it soon. I've always been Mintz. Coming to some headphones near you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, brother. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Have
Fantastic.
a good one.
Peace. Unbelievable.
I've always been Mintz is beautiful.
Yeah, right?
It really is.
I've always been Mintz, bro.
Brings a tear to the eye.
So it's good to have this on record. Like, this is my verbal trademarking of all of those things. Not that anybody else is competing for this. It's not an arms race for the Ben Mintz musical, but like, I have realized like what I can do and where my deficiencies are at my old age, and I need somebody who is like can put together the full composure and like who can write these melodies. Like, I'm a limited melody writer, somebody who has like a very broad melody writing. And it's just like I got the words for you. I have the puns. I have the story structure. I can write the songs. From a lyrical standpoint, I need my Andrew Lloyd Webber. I need my Stephen Sondheim to rock with me on this one. So please come and fucking find me, or I will find you. That I promise you. I will find you. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Kurt. Still Buddha Ben. Minced meat. Okay, it's there. Speed Demon. Speed Demon. I mean, there's a part of me that truly believes that Justin Bieber got the idea for the song Speed Demon based off of people talking about Buddha Ben. Speed Demon. Like, that's Buddha Ben. Where else would that come from? I'm in love with Ben. Love that. 10X Luke. Mintz, Dayman, Brandon fucking Walker, Nightman, kind of, but like we need to keep these like in the realm of originality. Somebody did say Brandon Walker with a cape. I like that. Like, there is like a count quality to Brandon Walker, and it will piss him off that this musical is being made about his nemesis, but it will massage his ego knowing that he is a massive character in it. So I think that it sets them up. It knocks them down, and then it sets them up. Rone, do you like pepperoni on your pizza? How did you guys come up with this shit, bro? Literally, how do you fucking send me your info. We're going to get you a contract at Barstool Sports. Kelly Keegs, welcome. Hi. How are you, ma'am? So good to see you.
Oh, my God. I'm fine.
What a morning.
What a morning.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say. Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
No, not at all. I don't think that you're late at all. This is a free-flowing program, so there are no hard times.
Oh, good. How are you? How are you today?
I'm not having a hard time either. I'm having a great time.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
so excited about our evening that we have planned. We have the New York office versus 20 bottles of wine.
I'm really excited. Honestly, hype as fuck. Like, now that everything is here, minus some of the food. We had a snafu this morning. A
cheese snafu.
A cheese snafu. I did like a Amazon like pre-order.
What cheeses did you get?
I got a shit ton of cheese. I got like manchego and Gouda and goat cheese and like all kinds of good stuff. And I don't have quite as much good stuff coming because I had to do like a grocery order from fucking like Morton Williams or whatever. And depending on what shows up, I might go out and try to get a fancy cheese or two if I have time. But yeah, you know how when you do Amazon grocery, you like select the time frame?
Yeah.
Well, it was between 9 and 11. I was like, okay, I'll be here, or somebody will be here if I'm not here in time for it. They delivered at 7 a.m. And look at this photo that they put. It's just a picture of the outside of the building and says they handed it to someone directly. It was handed directly to a resident. I said, who?
Resident?
What resident?
This is
What
not
are
a
we talking
residential
about?
building.
Not even close. Even the front desk guy was like, no, nothing was here. Like, I was here and nothing was here.
What?
It's just a bunch of bullshit. $75 worth of cheese and meats. Just, somebody's enjoying it on the street. I'm
Wait,
sure.
so they're not here?
No, I had to place a second order. That's why I'm like kind of stressed because I was bitching out Amazon for like an hour and they were
Have you
zero
been refunded?
fucking help. No, not yet because I was like, I'm busy. I gotta replace this because we gotta record and then we're doing the thing. But and I gotta decorate a little. Listen,
You have your earrings on.
I got my earrings on. I got a themed necklace.
That's so sick.
going, and wine colored pants. I'm very excited for the afternoon.
Yes.
I love when everything comes together. But with any good wine and cheese party, there's always going to be a snafu in the morning. So
Yes, there's
happy to get
always
it out of the way.
something that anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah.
We're also in the market for $700 worth of grapes today.
Yes, we are. That's another piece that's I need to allot some time to figure out. And if anybody is better at math than I am, because maybe it's not even that much.
Okay.
This is based on my own math, and
Okay.
everyone who knows me knows that I count on my
You
fingers.
have, you have many skill sets, but
Math is not one of them.
Right.
So we have and I guess, I wanted it to be a surprise, but now we need help. So it's not going to be a surprise anymore. I was wanting to stomp some grapes. So, oh my God, and I forgot this pump. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So the mini pool that I got
Yes.
is 45 inches diameter.
Okay.
And it's 10 inches high. Does not have to be that high.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
you don't have to fill it to the brim.
doesn't have to fill to the brim. Basically, we just want to cover the surface area of the bottom with grapes.
We're gonna make our own wine.
Yes, we're going to stomp some grapes and see what happens. But I don't know how many bunches of grapes that is. I was trying to look up the surface area of a bunch of grapes, and it was like 4 to 5 inches or
Yes.
like whatever. So then
Yesterday,
I'm
I
doing
think
the
you
math.
said we need 90 gallons of grapes.
90
pints.
bunches.
Bunches,
90
bunches.
bunches of grapes, I think. But again, I'm so bad at math that I really don't know. And everyone's going to probably laugh at me for even attempting. But how many bunches of grapes are going to fill the bottom of this pool just so there's a layer of grapes?
Yeah,
on
what
top
is
of
a
this pool?
realistic
That's the
amount
answer
of
I'm looking
grapes for us to buy that we're just gonna stomp into?
Yeah, like is 30 fine? 20? Like, and then I said, like, we'll get as many
We
as
don't
we
want to
can. and
have
we'll
like
just-
we don't want to have too few grapes.
Right. Well, because that looks lame, obviously.
Yeah, we want this. This has to be a visually appealing
Yeah.
exercise.
I want toes and grapes. Okay? I
Yes,
feel like that's
exactly.
that's
and I'm sure that the chat does too.
Yeah, I'm positive the chat
Yeah,
wants toes and
exactly.
grapes. So we're gonna have some toes and grapes. We're gonna play some games. We got a little wine murder mystery game that I'm looking forward to breaking open.
There's a whodunit that we need to get to the bottom of.
Yeah, there is.
There is.
There certainly is.
There's Large had some things stolen from him this week. We will solve that.
Yeah.
We will solve that drunk. Now, did you have any wine yesterday as a practice?
No.
Okay.
No, but I did have a cider. I had a cider
Okay.
at a restaurant last night. But I
Oh, what restaurant?
no just a little place called True North right across the street.
Oh, you went to True North yesterday?
Yeah, I was hungry and there was like a little they have like a limited menu as far as like food. So I had like half a prime rib sandwich and I got a little
nice.
cider while I was there. But my tolerance is the highest it's maybe ever been. So I'm not worried about myself.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been
I've been drinking.
If you go on a vacation,
Mm-hmm.
you have to drink every day.
You have to drink every day, and again, I was in Europe, so you're drinking to excess.
You were
every day.
in Greece.
I was in Greece. Yeah.
Are you worried that I heard a rumor that the wine in Greece doesn't have sulfates, so it maybe limits the amount of hangovers you get there? Is that true, or is that a fallacy?
I think that's definitely true. I think one night I had a really bad hangover, but I did have like literally a gallon of wine, so it would make sense for that to happen. I think the problem with the hangover situation in Greece is like you can't drink the water, so you have to have like bottled water all the time. And I feel like whenever there's a situation where you need bottled water, like you're never drinking enough water, you know? So I always am like a little thirsty for water, and sometimes you replace that with wine. So as long as the wine is flowing through your veins, you're gonna be fine. I am prepared for like a horrible fucking hangover tomorrow,
Yes.
just based on the amount of wine I'm drinking. But again, most of these bottles of wine that I brought in, which I brought the rest of my wine in, so it's all here.
Jesus.
And most of them they were like nice bottles, so like hopefully people won't be too hungover. But
And
I think prepare for at least a headache in the morning.
You have to be
Have to
prepared
be.
for 20 bottles of wine.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And we have a lot of people. That's about 20-ish people who want to participate this. Obviously, we have 7 chairs in here. I'm going to try and facilitate the ins and outs as much as possible. But is it true that the only wine that can be drank tonight is in this room? Or, like, are people going to be drinking wine outside? And if so, how do we keep track of that?
That's a great question.
Is there a bullpen situation where people are also
Maybe,
drinking?
okay, that could be a good idea. Maybe we throw like 5 bottles in the bullpen, and whoever wants to drink that casually while they wait to come in and chit chat in here can do that. Because again, it's 20 bottles.
20 bottles is
So
a big undertaking.
it's a lot. And I think that what's going to happen, this is my prediction. I think that people are going to go hard at the beginning, and this is everybody blows their load too fast when it comes to wine. You don't
course.
realize how much wine you're drinking, and then all of a sudden you're drunk on wine, which is, in my opinion, the best drunk. Like wine drunk, I love being.
What do you like about it?
It's just it's a very casual, like loosey goosey kind of like whatever, like
Yes.
you're not aggressive, you're not like well, you can get sad if you drink too much, but it's like you control that.
Do you think someone cries tonight?
I hope.
I would love.
For someone to just a little shed a tear. Maybe I will just for the vibes.
Yeah, I might cry. I'll try.
Okay, good.
But I'm also very hungry for the visual of like
Yeah.
20 bottles of wine like on
Yeah.
this block.
They
in
have
front
to
of
at
us.
least be there for the visual at the beginning. You know what I mean? And then maybe we can figure out who. So I'm trying to figure out like there are some people who are like I'll have a glass, and there are other people that are like count me in for a bottle. So we gotta make sure we have our anchors at the end, because that's what I think is gonna happen. People are gonna go super hard at the beginning. White wine goes down like water, so that I think will be no problem. But then once we've got like 7 bottles of red left and everyone's already had so many, like that's gonna be who's gonna be stepping up to the plate to help finish those.
Is there a
last 7?
thought of having the red wine first so that it gets easier?
Here's my question to you. Yesterday we were talking a little bit about it. I'm a control freak, and so I was trying to like decide, do I choose which bottles we open first?
You were entitled to that.
And I am, but my thoughts originally were like, we got to go through all the white and then we get to the red. I have white, I have like 2 or 3 rosés, I have 1 champagne and then a bunch of red. But some people were like, oh no, I don't drink white, I only drink red. So maybe I'm just kind of like whoever drinks, which to me I thought it would be the opposite, honestly. I thought people would have a harder time
Only
with
drink red?
Yeah, I don't know. People were like, oh, no, I hate white. Like, I only
I
drink
love
red.
heartburn and having stained teeth.
Yeah. Well, literally, Jack Mack was like, I can't drink any wine because I get heartburn. I said, okay. But it's like, all right, whatever. Take a fucking Zantac. But okay, fine. Don't help. So he actually, Jack Mack is going to be our sober eye
Okay, that's very good.
if we need.
Where's your and Jack
sober
Mack's
eye.
relationship right now?
Oh, we're always fine. We're always like this. You know what I mean? We're fine.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys have like occasionally will like neither of you are afraid to say your opinion about what the other says.
For sure.
But and people might read that from the outside as like butting heads, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't think that you're afraid of butting heads.
No, not at all. And I'm never afraid of butting heads with people. I like prefer it when people are okay with it, because I'm a blunt person, and if other blunt people are around, it's like, oh, I know I'm not hurting your feelings by what I'm saying, and my feelings aren't hurt by what you're saying.
Yeah.
And if they are, then I'm like, hey, fuck you, and then they'll be like, oh shit, okay.
I had to practice a couple glasses last night just to kind of wet the
And
whistle.
how are you feeling today? Fine.
Sublime.
Amazing. Perfect.
And then tomorrow I'm going. It's my 5th wedding anniversary tomorrow.
Ooh.
I'm going to Teresi.
Oh my
which
God,
I'm
the best.
I've never been
That's
in
my
my
new
life.
favorite right now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Have you been? What should I get?
Everything, like as much as you can.
Really?
Their menu is really, really good. My number one suggestion, not to deviate from the wine, because they do have a good wine list, the tomato martini. It's they and by
I'm
the way,
loving a tomato
if
martini,
you
a
can figure
farmhouse
out,
martini.
ooh, bitch, it is so good. If you can figure out, so they do something there where it's clear, but they have a little tomato, like almost like a pickled tomato at the bottom that they like put in there. But there's something about that tomato, like I don't know what they've pickled it in. It's got like a sweetness to it. I've been trying to find the recipe for what they soak those little tomatoes in. If you could figure that out, that'd be huge for me.
I'll try to get to the bottom of
Thank
that.
you. Thank
I will try to get to the bottom. But I just know that I'm entering like a little phase of there's going to be some alcohol consumed, so I need to be on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But my main focus is today and making these 20 bottles of wine disappear,
Mm-hmm.
making it be a joint effort, and like people from the 3rd floor. Interns, like we're gonna need people to kind
Anybody
of
can have a
come
glass of
in
wine.
for a glass of wine.
Yes.
Like we're gonna need everybody's help.
We also have pizzas. Shout out Pies by Abe. He's coming in, making us a bunch of different kinds.
Pies by Abe?
Pies by Abe, making us a bunch of different kinds of pizzas, like some funky ones. We've got like a regular pizza. We've got like a summer corn pizza. He's bringing in some focaccia. Like we've got enough food as well that hopefully everybody will be fine. I'm worried that people are going to overdo it and not eat. Do you think?
Yeah, I am concerned about. I have no idea how hard or easy this is going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people are like, I could drink a bottle of wine, no problem. We just need 20 people to drink a bottle of wine. But
Yeah.
like, is that exactly how it's going to work?
Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
be bopping around like
Do
how?
you think there's a point where it's like if you are XYZ a certain way, you get kicked off? Like,
course.
all right, you've
Kelly,
had enough. Like
this is-
who gets cut? Like what's you get your cut off?
You should get a breathalyzer and breathalyze people. And if it's like,
can
if
get
it's
one
like
today.
0.1,
Who's got a breathalyzer? There's someone has to.
Or,
have a
or what we
breathalyzer in
have?
this
What
office.
about a
shit
field
like
sobriety
that.
test from one of our
Oh, that's
former
sobriety
from a
test.
sober eye, perhaps.
Yeah, from a sober
Or
eye.
from a former cop. And shout out Danny, who I was having a full panic attack on the phone at 8:30 a.m. this morning. Being
Why?
Like, because
Oh,
I
about
was-
the cheese.
He was here and the cheese, and it had
Cheese
been
wasn't
delivered.
here. We had a cheese thief.
Yeah, he ran up and down like to every floor looking for it. So
Really?
Shout out Danny. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
really
the best.
helped me out.
Having a sober eye will be good. What is your prediction as far as how long will this take? When will this be done?
Well, at first I was like maybe 2 or 3 hours, but I started thinking more about it. And if we're chatting a lot, like people get chatty with wine and
Yeah.
maybe they like forget about their glass and stuff. We need to focus on the wine. Like,
Yes.
We need to have fun, but also focus on the wine.
20 bottles of
I
wine.
think 3 hours minimum.
I think 3 hours. I think 3 hours is a good guess. This will not be live tonight, just in case someone says something wine induced that's naughty or nasty or particularly personal or sad.
For sure. The sad is more what I'm worried about. If someone says something nasty though, like I might repeat that.
Yeah, of course,
Just FYI. Like if you're coming in nasty, like
of course. Like there is like we will hold space for that.
yeah.
And we'll hold space for anybody. This should be a communal effort. The New York office versus 20 bottles of wine. You have the Merlot pants. You have the wine earring and necklace. And I'm ready. I'm excited for this.
I'm thrilled.
This is, I think, the beginning of something that is repeatable. And I think it'll be a good team building exercise.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the help. Also, shout out Tyler and Mac, whoever made. I saw that little graphic that we have for it later. Awesome, so fun, so
fuck
cute.
with that. That was your boy.
Heavy,
That was your boy.
heavy, really fun, really cute. In my head, I was like, just do like a wine colored background with like NYC versus 20 bottle. Like I hate asking.
I don't think I've seen it yet.
I just hate asking for help, so I like never.
Do we have it
like,
now?
People are so busy, and he would like whip this up. Like this is amazing.
I love
Seen
it.
the first one. The first one was bad.
Was it?
But I said I was like literally the least effort you could possibly have. Like I feel bad even asking. But
No, don't feel bad asking. We're trying to do something.
true, I know. That's my problem. Is like I feel bad asking for help.
Yeah, but we're trying to fucking make something shake.
So
you know
true.
what I mean?
So
I
true.
listened to. I didn't get to listen to all of today's Out and About, but I was interested.
Oh yeah, pray for Austin.
Yeah. I was interested in your guys. I brought it up earlier. I thought you had an interesting point about. Maybe Pat made the point that the assistant has to be the bulldog who's a little bit nastier, so some of the problems don't get to the boss.
For sure. And I agreed with that, and I still agree with that. But I do think that there's a line where you're like masquerading as a mouthpiece, not actually acting as a mouthpiece. And I feel like sometimes Austin is like, he like takes it upon himself to do things that weren't actually requested of him by Dave. Does that make sense?
I said that he should maybe just distance himself, even vocabulary-wise, from some Dave
Well,
things.
I said it's like he's trying to wear his fucking skin. He sounds just like him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like, this guy don't gut it. Like that
I
Dave is.
never remember Austin, like early days Austin, I don't actually know. I think he may be from the Boston area. I'm not sure.
Boston, Austin.
I've never heard him have an accent like he does now. Like it's a totally different vibe. And he says stuff like, you don't got it. Like he never said shit like that before. Like it's jarring and alarming. And I said, Dave, watch your back. Like literally creep over your shoulder at night because Austin might be there trying to peel your skin off for himself.
Mac made an interesting point. This is the background.
Yeah,
oh my
how
god!
cool is that?
Let's go, Mac.
It's amazing.
Crisp one.
That is very crisp.
It's so good.
Well shown,
I
Mac.
love it. Thank you so much for that.
Very nice.
So fun. So
Mac made an interesting point. He said that if Dave told Austin to field Jerry's calls because there's too much of Jerry that is getting to Dave, and so Austin was the buffer put in between. And then now Austin said, "I'm not doing that anymore."
yeah, you can't say that.
To a boss gives you something to do, and then you don't do it anymore.
It's like you gotta have a good reason.
Well, my question is, who's actually in charge? Is Austin the one that's actually in charge? And he says, Dave, actually, this call's going to go to you. I'm not going to do it anymore.
There was a time where I worried that Dave was weekend at Bernie's and Austin was moving the
puppeteer.
pieces. Yeah, like I don't know, something nefarious. And I'm here calling it out. And maybe Austin walks it back now and starts developing his own personality again. But until then, I've got one eye. I'd like to protect Dave.
Yes,
Hashtag
we
protect Dave.
have to protect Dave. Awesome. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Love it. That was awesome.
Thanks.
And we will see you later on today.
See you
It's
later.
gonna be awesome.
Get your stomach ready.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Fasoli. Get your ass in here, bro. Not quite the 9 o'clock Fasoli I was looking for, but I'm sure he was grinding. He must have been
Oh,
grinding.
he was 100% grinding.
Please tell us Ebony is involved with the wine. Sparky said he would come in and have some wine. I don't know if Ebony is. I don't know if one had to do with the other. Fasoli, good to see you, my Viva brother.
What's up, Pacho?
My brother in Viva.
How you doing?
Are you as pissed as you were yesterday?
I slept on it.
So are you less pissed?
No.
Tell us what pissed you off.
I mean, the tweet reads for itself. It's just like
Well, repeat the tweet for
culture
people
thing. It's like-
who didn't see it.
I can't remember verbatim. I mean,
Well, it doesn't have to be verbatim. Just give me the sense
well, it's
of
like
it.
It was
to
long.
me, it's like
Last
having-
night you did a quiz for the interns, and a lot
Yes.
of them didn't do well.
No, they didn't even make it through 9 questions.
They didn't make it through 9 questions.
No.
And that
That was
hurts
the
you.
easy test.
And that hurts you because you want to protect the brand and you think people should know about Barstool.
Definitely. I mean, not that you should need to know about it or should, but if you want to work here and you like being here, being around the amazing facilities we have in every city, but it's like you should care to understand it. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like,
Or don't be proud of not knowing.
yes, or like, I liked what you said this morning when you were talking to Tate about it. I agreed with what you were saying, but it's like, I walk through these halls every day still, like remembering like even the days when I first came in and like I just had my own camera and I started shooting stool scenes by myself.
Right.
Like that was just like, I loved that show so much because that's what I watched coming up. And it's like, that's what you do. Like you love these things so much that you follow that. And then like even right here, like a lot of people just walk by this thing. It's a cool thing, this and that. That's everything to me.
There's
Like,
a wallpaper
the whole wall.
on the other side of this wall that has all
Mural
of-
art.
It's a mural
story.
art of all the headlines of newspapers, like Barstool gets a website and King Richard's Fair and
Erica's
Barstool
thing.
Van Talk
Yeah.
canceled and stuff like that. It's like all
Everything.
of these historic, specifically thought out pieces of art that tell the story of Barstool.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that you need, like, I'm a lunatic. I understand that. But it's
Yes.
like, there should be a little effort. Like, when you go to college, the number one thing they teach you in college, know what you're going for.
Right.
And, like, to not have a 0% thought of anything about, like, the company that you're interning for or wanting to work for maybe one day or anything, like, that's what, like, set me over the line.
Is there a way that you can maybe just like, instead of being mad that people don't know, take it upon yourself to teach
Sure.
at the beginning of every intern?
Definitely.
But like next year when we have
I've
interns,
joked about it, the
but-
HR Viva training.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But that's also, like,
HR is a different story altogether.
but also, like, that's the thing, like, look at what Dana poured hundreds of hours of his time into over COVID.
The doc, yeah.
15 episodes of amazing content. And it's like, you could sit there for a week straight before you start here and watch that documentary. And then you would have everything under your belt that you could walk up to someone, Big Cat, anyone could walk up to anyone and say, ask any question, and that's it. Like, you would know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to go through the last 20 years. I know Barstool's been, and we do way too much content in the fact of everything every week is new, but it's like, we have the things that are the pillars of success.
You have to do next year when the interns come in. You have to do a history course for both of them, and then when they have the test later on, they'll at least have a chance to prepare for it. And
Sure,
they-
and I get that. There was some technical issues that we were facing where we had videos and setups and everything that we threw together in 24 hours of every old clip and everything that didn't get to make it to the screen. Sadly, I know there's people waiting to come in here, but there will definitely be something more. I love like what Jeff has done with the trivia on the phone. I would love to set up like a true Viva trivia app like that.
I love it. That would
Daily
be
Viva.
Sick.
that would be brilliant. A
Viva.
massive undertaking, but your passion does not go unnoticed, and we will teach the youth the ways of the elders. Mostly Sports is itching to come in here, or fuck.
Almost sports.
Almost Sports, Sports Central, Picks Sports. They're about to come in here. They're like looming over my shoulder. So that's our time. Wish we could keep on going. Love doing it so goddamn much. But I think next Wednesday, I'm getting surgery on my knee. I'm not positive if I'll be here, but like, whatever. We're gonna keep on doing shit. Maybe we'll put out the wine thing then. I don't know. We'll fucking figure it out. There'll be plenty of content coming from RoneDotCom. See you guys soon.